oh, let me have more of it. No, please, Naruto, please don't go back into filler. I'm begging you. We had one episode and then it immediately disappeared. Why? I know you guys were probably excited as I am that we finally returned to canon in this episode of Shippuden this week, 459. And I've got to say, coming into this one, immediately, like, seeing, like, Kaguya, and it was like, you know what, like, I'm coming in with a new opening in mind and all that, and I was thinking about concerning, like, oh, like, how was the pacing going to be for this, like, season especially, and seeing, you know, just Kaguya just absolutely just, I gotta say, the voice actress for her, I've got to give her props because she sounds a lot more intimidating than she did. Like, when in the manga, you're like, you know, you just think whatever. But especially with the voice actress, I've got to give props to her. I believe she's the same one that does the voice actress of Kaguya in the Naruto Shippuden, like, Ultimate Ninja Storm games. I believe, like, she's the same person. But I felt a little bit more intimidated with her, like, in the anime than I probably ever did, like, when I was, like, reading her in the manga. I mean, seeing Madara just transforming, like, just into this woman, it's like, what the hell's going on and why is she stronger than, like, Madara? What the hell? And we saw, like, Madara was, like, the pinnacle of everything. It was like, how can we even beat this? And, like, even Sasuke and Naruto, they were trying to go in. Like, I really like that bit where, like Sasuke was going around, slashing with the Chidori, trying to hit with the hair. Like, even her hair was, like, beating up, like, Sasuke and Naruto. And she could already tell, like, you know, this is Ashura and Injura's chakra inside of these three, like, because she actually has the Byakugan as well in her eye. So it was like, that's really cool to see, you know, she's also, like, that shows, like, she's the mother of all chakra, having stuff like the Byakugan, having all this real stuff, like, around. And just, like, really, like, Sakura, like, could not do anything in this episode. Like, even when she was just walking just to see the two and all that, it was like, she was shaking. She was like, I can't do anything. This woman is just too much. And even that she's got the power, like, to even, like, change into different dimensions, making it into a lava dimension. And it was like, wow, that's pretty nuts. And they're all falling down. It was like, it was up to Sasuke to quickly bring out, like, a hawk out there. And it's like, even to, like, say, like, Kakashi, Sakura, like, he had to throw a fucking, like, a bit of the rope and all that, like, just to get up there. And even with, like, saving Obito, he threw a kunai right into his fucking hand. Like, I was like, ow. I mean, I'm glad he's not conscious at the moment, but it's like, boy, I do not want to wake up and it's like, oh gee, I've got a kunai in my hand, thanks dickhead. Like, honestly, like, with Naruto and Sasuke keep trying to, like, change, like, it honestly felt like Kaguya didn't even give a fuck at all to these two. It's like, these two are just insects towards me. It's just like turning around, just thinking like they're absolutely nothing. Like, even when the point where it's like, oh, I'm a learning stage of the sixth path starts where I'm able to float, and even being resorted to, like, oh, I'm going to use, like, one of my orbs to get, like, Sasuke holding it. Like, even the Susanoo couldn't work at all. Like, even, like, they were having such a hard time dealing with Kaguya. And pretty much all she had to say in this episode is, like, you know, like, I'm the mother of all chakra, like, chakra all belongs to me, and this is the whole plan that she had all. She was like, give me back my chakra. And finding out that the moon was created just to even contain her, like, that was, like, one giant planetary devastation technique that they did to seal her. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That is nuts. The moon was created just for that sake. Honestly, I think the best part of the episode is, like, after, like, she just immediately dissolved, like, the Susanoo's, like katanas, is when, like, Naruto and Sasuke are like, what the fuck's going on? Like, what are we gonna do? And she comes behind them, like that, with the teleportation like that. And just her crying like that, I was like, it was really weird just to see that. It's just like, she's seeing her children inside of Naruto and Sasuke, like, she's seeing that. That's like, in a way, it hurts her, but then also as well as kind of holding them and just like having like the black Zetsu like go around and he's saying like, I'm the one that shaped everything in this world, like, and I'm gonna explain it. Like, the second he said, let me tell you the tale, I was like, oh no, here we go. We're now into the next part of the filler, and it was like, okay, on the bright side, this is something that I wish the manga did, and this is something I'm glad they're actually doing, because in the manga, there's really nothing to Kaguya. I'm just going to say that straight up. There's not a lot to her. I didn't really care for her in the manga, but they give us some really interesting stuff in this, like, I don't even know how long it is. Like, from, like, how the opening shows not a lot of the Kaguya stuff in there. Like, my guess is that we could have this filler for a while. I'm not too sure. Like, but seemingly we might have, like, you know, like, the Kaguya stuff there maybe, like, 6 months. I forget how long it was in, like, the manga. I think we only have, like, what, 20 chapters? Like, not even that long left of, like, the manga's material that they have to adapt. So, yeah, that's the little thing I'm a little bit worried about, but I really enjoyed this episode regardless. Like, Kaguya, yeah, so far you're a lot more intimidating in the anime than you was in the manga. I've got to give props to that. voice actress was absolutely knocking it out of the park with that. Animation as well really held up. I really liked it when you saw like the characters like turning around, shaking and stuff like that. I really did like it. So I mean, it's not this like godly animation that we was being promised, like, you know, with the Naruto and Sasuke stuff. So I mean, could be, maybe we're waiting for that stuff, but even still, I think this looks way better than like the last time we went to canon, and the canon looked fucking terrible. Like, this is way much better, and I'm glad, you know, it really keeps up the power in the animation wise. The question is, are we going to see the end of like the actual Shippuden material this year? That's like, you know, I mean, place your bets and all that. I mean, it's like this point now, it's like, when will Naruto, like, Hunter come back and all that? How long will it last? It's like, for now, it's Naruto, it's a joke now, where it's like, how long are we going to have a canon episode? I mean, I'm glad it's a full canon episode, at least they didn't do any of that bullshit they did last time, but I kind of got a little bit irked. Like, I knew it was coming anyway. The Kaguya stuff, I was like, really? One fucking episode, and then we're into some different stuff that, you know, on the bright side, it's going to flesh out Kaguya a little bit more. So overall, I did really enjoy this episode. I think it's going to, like, it definitely deserves an 8 and 8.5. And honestly, like, I was just genuinely impressed by Kaguya. Like, I thought, like, the voice actress was really great. Animation, and you can already see how strong she is that she's just instantaneously able to, like, just transform into another dimension. Me, everyone, so if you enjoyed this episode of Shippuden as much as I did, then you hit that like, you hit the subscribe, you hit all that beautiful stuff down there. But that's all for me, so thank you much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.